And then one day she said, you know, is there any chance you can come in my flip-flops? Yeah. It's kind of, she put them on and kind of walked around the room. I thought like that was it, this was the pinnacle of exactly what she wanted. But then she actually said, there's something I would really like you to do for me. And then she said again, you know, I'd like you to come in your her flip-flops.
15 minutes. Thanks very much.
Slap her on the arse. And then whip the flip-flops, slap her on the arse, and then fuck her up the arse.
Okay.
And whilst I was doing it, I was just kind of hit away. I just suddenly got the giggles, you know, because I just thought this is ridiculous. I kind of wonder what she's doing now. I hope she's met the right partner who's like, you know, able to kind of cater for all those flip-flop thing.
You missed that, Sebastian. You missed quite an interesting.
You caught the end of it, didn't you?
Little college anecdote of Conor's there.
Shoes.
What about you and your? Have you got any crazy stories for Sebastian?
Well, I certainly haven't got any shoe stories.
You must have
Especially
some.
for her.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say.
Come on.
No?
I got plenty of stories, but not the sort of ones that, I don't know, you know. Would you want everyone to go? Yeah? Is that the idea? You're trying to empty the
I
room?
think we can all handle it.
Okay.
Throw down the gauntlet.
Okay. I was going out with this girl, and she was an ex-page 3 girl. And I went over to Amsterdam. I was trying to it was in a period of my life where I was trying to clean up, you know, keep off drink, drugs and all that sort of carry on. So I thought I'd try and annihilate myself in sex. She gave me £500 before I set off. It was Christmas. And I booked into the Grand Hotel in Amsterdam, and she gave me, the £500 was to fuck a different woman for her every day. The only condition was that I had to report this back to her. So I started off being quite sort of conventional in my appetites and went to these various places where you go in and it's €50 now. And but after about 3 or 4 days of just screwing kind of regular girls, Rachel was kind of, have you read that book Alive where they crash in the end?
Yeah. They eat each other.
They eat each other. And one of the most interesting parts of that story is that after about 3 weeks they get really bored of eating like breast and thigh and calf. No, they get so bored of that diet that they start eating the genitals, they start eating the brain, they start eating the eyeballs, they start eating really, not because they're kinky, but just because they're bored out of their minds of the same kind of diet. So the same principle happened. After about 4 or 5 days, I was kind of getting fed up, and there's only so much you can relay back to your girlfriend about going to see a prostitute. So I'd heard on the grapevine, going around these different brothels, that there was this place, there was a secret brothel in the heart of Amsterdam. You couldn't get in it, they wouldn't let the public in it, but it was a kind of, like a club, like a kind of encounter club, where you could sleep with curious mutilations of the human form. And of course that kind of interested me. Eventually I tracked this down, established that it was real, and got this chap to take me. It was right in the centre. It's probably moved by now, so I think it was a kind of movable piece. And it was interesting because it was in the basement. It was surrounded by churches, the place where it is. It was in this flat, in the basement of the flat. And I had to give the password, and I was greeted at the door by this guy with, he had a wooden leg, and he was attached to a dwarf.
He was attached to a
dwarf, chained, you know, from his,
like
from his, chained from his neck down, I think, to his neck or something. But anyway, they were attacked. I went into this place, I was really nervous, you know, as I gave the password and all the rest of it.
What was the password?
The password was...
Just for future reference.
The password was Amsterdam, that was it. And I went in, it was really, really dark. Yeah, I thought you're only going to be able to meet these people by braille. And you could barely, once my eyes kind of adjusted to the light, it was basically like a sort of flat with lots of different rooms off it. And I went into the main room, and there was a whole bunch of people sitting around, and the first person I saw was a kind of freak woman whose head was completely bald, and yet the rest of her body was kind of almost covered in fur. It was really weird. It was like sort of she had it on the back of her hands and all the way up her arms and all up here, and yet here completely bald. And there was another girl sitting next to her who looked really bizarre. She had the really, really long face. Her skull was as long from the crown to the chin as the kind of skull of a donkey. I thought, oh well, this is okay, but I kind of want hardcore. I thought, if I'm going to come here once, this is probably illegal.
I don't want a hairy woman.
This is probably going to be illegal. It's probably going to get closed.
It's probably going to be expensive.
It's probably going to be expensive. So I think let's go down for the full whack. So I was taken into this room, and I mean, I've seen quite a few things in my life before, but I have to say this really kind of just really pulled me up short. There was a female amputee lying on this bed, and she had no arms and no legs. And apart from that, she was absolutely gorgeous. This is what was so weird. I can't, to this day, I can't really work it out. I couldn't really communicate with her because we didn't, you know, I don't speak Dutch. I'm boasting again on it. But the thing is, the rest of her looked really beautiful. She had beautiful breasts. This is what I couldn't understand. If she had no arms and no legs, I couldn't understand why the rest of her looked so fit, because she couldn't exercise. That didn't kind of make sense. But you only think of those things afterwards, don't you? And so there she was lying there, lovely face. I mean, absolutely beautiful. And to a certain extent, the fact that she had no arms and no legs was shocking, but it was also exciting. You know, exciting me. So I kind of I shut the door and I took off my clothes. I sort of took a deep breath. I knew that I've done many things in my life, but I thought, well, this is pretty deviant even for me. And anyway, so I did it. I took my clothes off and put myself with this woman, which is pretty difficult. She didn't speak English. I didn't speak Dutch. The whole kind of weirdness of the situation. I wasn't even drunk. You know, I was clean at the time, and I thought, right, this is.
You were completely sober.
Really sober.
Wow.
And it was pretty strange, you know, fucking someone with no arms and no legs, because there's no way normally, you know, the whole embrace and the rest, there's nothing to hold you to that person. And anyway, so that was the story that really did it for Rachel. When I relayed that one back to her, I think that was a kind of, you know, that was the end story to end all story. It's disgusting, really, wasn't it? But there you go, someone's got to do it.
It was very entertaining. I don't believe it. Not
You don't?
No.
Well, not that it matters, but it was true. I don't see why the facts should get in the way of the truth, but there you go, there it is. Why would somebody make up a story like that? I mean, that's what you've got to... I mean, I have actually got proof.
Have you got proof?
Yeah.
What sort of proof have you got?
Well, I've got a photograph.
Of the girl?
Of the girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
I took the view that if you're going to do something like that was... I mean, I didn't realise at the time that was going on, but I got someone there to take a photo. I took a photo of him, you know. So I knew, not that I was doing it for those reasons, but I thought, well, no one's going to believe that unless they do have proof.
Oh, you don't happen to have it, do you?
Well, I have got it, yeah.
Have you?
Can we see it?
Yeah, you sure? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, that's proof, all right. Yeah. Do you want to see or? I guess you don't want to see then.
It's a nice shot though.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Like, disgusting, I think.
She has got great breasts.
She has, hasn't she?
Competition?
Yeah.
I'd rather not, thank you.
All right.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.